Sometimes God will lead a man into a season where the only voice he has left is his. No friends, no support, no comfort, just God, and the sound of his own heartbeat trying not to break. Maybe that's where you are right now. You're tired of being strong alone. You're tired of pretending you're fine. You're tired of carrying burdens that no one sees, no one asks about, and no one helps you lift. You've watched people walk away, people you trusted, people you thought would stay forever. You've felt the sting of loneliness showing up in the middle of the night, when the world is asleep but your mind won't rest. You've been there for everyone, but when your soul needed someone, nobody came, nobody checked on you, nobody cared to ask, "Are you okay?" And now you look around and it feels like it's just you, standing in the middle of a battlefield, trying not to collapse. But deep inside your spirit, something still whispers, maybe God hasn't abandoned me. Maybe there's a reason for this. Let me tell you something sacred. A man is never more loved, more watched over, or more shaped by God than when God becomes the only one he has left. In Scripture, God never used a man he didn't first isolate. Before David became king, he was alone in the wilderness. Before Joseph entered the palace, he was alone in the prison. Before Moses led Israel, he was alone on the backside of the desert. Before Paul changed the world, he was alone in the dark. There is a pattern in the silence. There is purpose in the separation. There is holy intention behind the loneliness. When a man loses everyone, God finally has his full attention. This is not punishment. This is preparation. This is the season where God removes every voice so you can finally hear his. Where God takes away every hand so you can finally hold his. Where God strips away every dependency so you can finally depend on him. Because a man who walks with God is never truly alone. God removes everyone so you discover who your true source really is sometimes. God lets relationships fade because you were leaning on them more than him. You didn't know it, but you were drawing your strength, your identity, your peace, and your confidence from people who were never meant to carry that weight. So God steps in and gently says, "Let me be your strength. Let me be your foundation. Let me be the one who sustains you." When a man has no one but God, he finally realizes that God was the one holding him together all along. Isolation is God's way of building intimacy with you. Some of the deepest conversations you will ever have with God will happen when no one else is around. Some of the greatest tears you will ever cry will be cried in private. Some of the strongest prayers you will ever pray will be prayed alone. When distractions disappear, you hear God more clearly. When people leave, God steps closer. When the room gets quiet, heaven begins to speak. God pulls you away from the crowd because he wants the sound of your heart without interference. He wants to talk to you. He wants to heal you. He wants to rebuild you from the inside out. Loneliness is the furnace where God shapes strong men. Every man God uses walks through a fire. Not the fire of destruction, the fire of transformation. Loneliness builds discipline. Loneliness builds resilience. Loneliness builds spiritual maturity. This is the season where God toughens your spirit. This is the season where he breaks the old version of you. This is the season where weak faith becomes warrior faith. It hurts, but it heals. It burns, but it purifies. It breaks you, but only to remake you stronger than ever. God allows isolation to protect you sometimes. The people who left weren't meant to stay. Sometimes the friends you lost were preventing your growth. Sometimes the support you wished for was actually a distraction, dressed as comfort. God saw conversations you didn't hear. God saw intentions you couldn't see. God saw futures you weren't aware of. He didn't let them stay because they couldn't walk where he is taking you. Their presence would have slowed you down, wounded you deeper, or held you back from your calling. The loneliness you feel is not rejection. It's protection. When a man has no one but God, he finally learns who he truly is. We discover our identity, not in crowds, not in approval, not in relationships, but in the quiet places where God speaks identity into us. You are not who people said you were. You are not who your past shaped you to be. You are not defined by who left you. You are who God says you are. Chosen, strengthened, called, covered, set apart, being molded for something greater than you can see. This season is not exposing your weakness, it's revealing your destiny. God uses this season to build unshakable faith. When God becomes all you have, something powerful happens inside you. You stop panicking. You stop begging for validation. You stop depending on temporary support. You stop fearing the future. Your faith becomes rooted. Your spirit becomes grounded. Your confidence becomes divine. A man who has walked alone with God becomes a man who cannot be shaken by people. After this season, you won't fear losing anyone because God already taught you how to survive with him alone. This season isn't permanent, it's the bridge to your breakthrough. Loneliness is a temporary classroom. Isolation is a temporary training ground. God doesn't leave you alone forever. He leaves you alone long enough to strengthen what needs to grow inside you. And when the time is right, God brings the right people, the right relationships, the right support, and the right opportunities into your life. But when they come, you'll be ready. You'll be wiser. You'll be stronger. You'll be spiritually mature. You'll know how to stand even when others walk away. Because you learned how to stand with God first. When you finally understand why God allows seasons where you have no one but Him, your whole life begins to shift. Your heart softens, your faith deepens, your spirit steadies, your confidence rises. You stop seeing loneliness as abandonment and start seeing it as preparation. You stop feeling like a victim and start realizing you're being shaped into a warrior. You stop questioning why everyone left and start thanking God that He stayed. Suddenly, the silence makes sense. Suddenly, the pain has purpose. Suddenly, the tears feel sacred, and you begin to walk differently. You walk with peace, because you know God is with you. You walk with strength, because you survived what was meant to break you. You walk with authority, because heaven trained you in private. You walk with clarity, because you learned to hear God's voice above all others. And you realize something profound. A man who has walked alone with God is a man who is never alone again. Listen, God sees you. God knows you. God has not forgotten you. You are not abandoned. You are not unloved. You are not overlooked. This is the season where God is drawing you closer, speaking deeper, and strengthening you quietly. He is whispering to your heart right now, "My son, you are not alone. I am with you. I am guiding you. I am shaping you." And when you step out of this season, you will not be the man who walked into it. You will be stronger, wiser, and prepared for everything I've planned for you. If this message touched your heart, stay connected. More encouragement is on the way.